Did you know Sweden has more islands than any other country in the world, with a whopping 267,570 islands? Welcome to Sweden, the land of 1,000 lakes and countless islands. Nestled in the northern part of Europe, Sweden stretches from the icy Baltic Sea to the vast Arctic Circle. It's a land where the sun sometimes never sets and at other times never rises. A phenomenon that paints the sky with hues of the midnight sun or the ethereal northern lights. Sweden is not just about its breathtaking landscapes and unique climate. It's a nation of over 10 million people, diverse in their cultures and languages. While Swedish is the official language, you'll find a tapestry of different languages spoken here, reflecting its rich cultural diversity. Sweden's climate is as varied as its landscapes. From the freezing winters in the north, where temperatures can drop to -30 degrees Celsius, to the mild, pleasant summers in the south, where you can bask in the sun at 25 degrees Celsius, there's a season for everyone in Sweden. And then there are the islands. Imagine over 200,000 islands, each with its own unique charm. From the bustling archipelago of Stockholm to the remote islands of the high coast, Sweden's islands offer a world of exploration and adventure. Whether it's the majestic mountains, the pristine lakes, or the charming islands, Sweden's natural beauty is truly a sight to behold. But there's more to this Scandinavian country than meets the eye. It's a land of innovation, rich history, vibrant culture, and a lifestyle that's uniquely Swedish. Sweden's beauty is not just in its landscapes, but also in its people, their traditions, their innovations, and their way of life. And while we've just begun to explore the unseen beauty of Sweden, remember, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Sweden has so much more to offer. Sweden's history dates back to the Stone Age. Can you believe that? Now, let's embark on a journey from the Stone Age to the present day. Picture the early inhabitants of this land, the hunters and gatherers during the Stone Age, who left behind a legacy of rock carvings that testify to their existence. As we move forward in time, we reach the Bronze Age, where the society was characterized by trading networks and rich burials, indicating a hierarchy and wealth. The Iron Age saw the rise of regional kingdoms, setting the stage for the next big chapter in Sweden's history, the Viking Age. The Viking Age, a time of seafaring warriors and traders. Swedish Vikings were known to venture east, establishing trade routes all the way to the Byzantine Empire. They were not just fierce fighters, but skilled craftsmen and poets, leaving behind rune stones that serve as historical markers. Transitioning from the Viking Age, we arrive at the Kalmar Union, a significant period in the 14th and 15th centuries when Sweden, Denmark, and Norway were united under one monarch. This union, however, was fraught with conflict and ultimately led to its dissolution and the emergence of Sweden as an independent kingdom. Fast forward to the 17th century, we find Sweden at the height of its power during the Swedish Empire period. This was a time of great expansion, but also of significant wars, which eventually led to the empire's decline. In the 19th and 20th centuries, Sweden transformed from an agrarian society to an industrialized nation, a change that brought about modernization and progress, shaping the Sweden we know today. Throughout its lengthy history, Sweden has been adorned with historical landmarks and monuments, from the ancient runestones and Viking burial sites to the Grand Royal Palace in Stockholm and the stunning Turning Torso skyscraper in Malmö. These structures stand as testaments to Sweden's rich and varied past. From ancient tribes to modern marvels, Sweden's history is as diverse as it is long. Ever wondered where your favorite Spotify music app originated from? You guessed it right, it's Sweden. Sweden, a small Scandinavian country, has a big footprint when it comes to technology and innovation. For starters, let's talk about Spotify. Founded in 2008, this music streaming service has revolutionized the way we listen to music, offering millions of tracks from artists worldwide. Today, it's hard to imagine life without Spotify's personalized playlists and podcast recommendations. But that's not all. Have you ever used Skype to connect with friends and family or for a business meeting? Thank Skype's Swedish developers for that. This communication platform has been bringing people together since 2003. It was one of the first to offer video calling, making the world feel a little bit smaller. Sweden's innovative streak doesn't stop at digital services. They've also given us the globally recognized home furnishing store, IKEA. With its flat-pack furniture and Swedish meatballs, IKEA has become a household name. This innovative company has made interior design accessible and affordable for everyone, and it's hard to find a home without at least one IKEA product. Sweden has also made significant contributions to the gaming industry. Ever heard of a little game called Minecraft? Yes, that's right. This popular game was created by Swedish game developer Marcus Persson. Since its release, it has taken the world by storm, with children and adults alike immersing themselves in its blocky creative world. And let's not forget about the advancements Sweden has made in the field of sustainability. With their innovative solutions for renewable energy and waste management, Sweden is leading the way in creating a more sustainable future. These are just a few examples of how Sweden has impacted our everyday lives. From music and communication to furniture and gaming and even sustainability, Sweden's innovative spirit is truly remarkable. Sweden, small in size but mighty in innovation. Swedes have a unique word, lagom, which means just the right amount. This is a perfect description of the Swedish lifestyle. In Sweden, the idea of lagom permeates every aspect of life. It's not about being the best, nor about being mediocre. It's about finding that sweet spot in between where everything is just right. It's a principle that guides how Swedes work, rest, play, and interact with the world around them. One way lagom manifests is in the work-life balance that Swedes expertly maintain. They understand the importance of hard work, but they equally value their personal time and space. Swedes don't live to work. They work to live, ensuring they have enough time for family, friends, and personal pursuits. And then there's the Swedish love for nature. This isn't just about enjoying a sunny day in the park or a brisk walk in the woods. It's a deep-rooted respect and care for the environment, a sense of responsibility to preserve the natural world for future generations. This love for nature is reflected in everyday choices like cycling to work, recycling diligently, and even choosing eco-friendly products. At the heart of the Swedish lifestyle is the concept of fika. While it translates to coffee break, it means so much more. It's a pause in the day to slow down, to enjoy a cup of coffee and a sweet treat, but most importantly, to connect with others. It can happen at home, at work, in a cafe, or even in the park. Fika is about enriching the soul, fostering relationships, and taking a moment to appreciate the good things in life. So, the Swedish lifestyle isn't about extremes. It's not about having too much or too little. It's about having lagom, just the right amount. And in a world that often pushes us towards more and more, this balanced, mindful approach to life feels incredibly refreshing. Living the lagom life seems like the way to go, doesn't it? When you think of Sweden, you might think of IKEA. But what about Swedish meatballs? Yes, Swedish cuisine is as intriguing and varied as the country itself. It's a smorgasbord, if you will, an ample spread of dishes that are as hearty as they are unique. Let's start with the globally famous Swedish meatballs. These bite-sized rounds of meat are traditionally served with gravy, lingonberry jam, and a side of boiled or mashed potatoes. A comforting dish that warms you from the inside out. It's the epitome of home-cooked goodness. But Swedish cuisine is not just about meatballs. Have you ever heard of surströmming? This is fermented herring, a dish that's notorious for its strong smell. It's a love it or hate it kind of food, but it's a cultural staple that's been a part of Swedish tradition for centuries. Then there's the crayfish. Swedes love their crayfish so much that they dedicate an entire season to it. Yes, you heard that right. The crayfish season, or kraftskiva, is a late summer celebration where friends and families gather to feast on these freshwater crustaceans. It's a delightful tradition filled with song, laughter, and of course, plenty of crayfish. And let's not forget the pastries, from kanelbullar, cinnamon buns that are a staple at fika, the Swedish coffee break, to the creamy prinsesstårta, a green marzipan-covered sponge cake. Swedish pastries are an indulgence that's hard to resist. There's also the gravlax, cured salmon traditionally served with a sweet mustard sauce, and knäckebröd, a hard, crisp bread that's a common sight on Swedish breakfast tables. As you can see, Swedish cuisine is diverse and full of surprises. It's a reflection of the country's history, its traditions, and its love for simple yet flavorful dishes. It's a cuisine that tells a story, a delicious narrative that leaves you wanting more. From hearty stews to fermented fish, Swedish cuisine definitely has a taste for every palate. So the next time you think of Sweden, let your mind wander beyond IKEA to the delightful dishes that make up its cuisine.